What's up, YouTube? This is Review Itachi here to bring you another Naruto review. So, this chapter, I must say, it was kind of lacking in my opinion. But anyway, so, chapter starts off with orochimaru. He actually, unlike what I predicted, he actually saved Tsunade. He made Suigetsu and Kirin pretty much put her back together, and she's healed, and she's back. At the beginning of the chapter, though, she's pretty much like almost in a death state. She's old and obviously separated. So, Orochimaru, and there's a little comic relief there. Like I said, Orochimaru puts her back together. She's all fine and dandy. The Kages are back. They're all fine and dandy. What I found interesting is not Orochimaru. Tsunade obviously questioned Orochimaru being good. Got mad at him for being good because she's like, oh, you were good. Jiraiya probably wouldn't have died. Jiraiya probably would have changed. All that fun stuff. But I don't know, man. I found it interesting that she wasn't actually even surprised that he was there. She was surprised that he was good, but she was not at the least surprised that he was there. So I think that kind of alludes to something more, which, if I remember, I'll touch it up later. So anyway, Kages are back. Orochimaru is more or less good. And then we skip to Naruto and Sasuke and the Jubi. Already they're having their first dilemma. They haven't even done nothing yet. They literally just met up like 5 minutes ago and they're already having a dilemma. So they're trying to figure out what the hell to do with the Jubi. The Jubi, the part that got burnt, it separated that part off. And, everybody's like, okay, what are we going to do? And like with the Jubies and not the Jubi, but the Tail Beast and all that. And Naruto, I don't know if he says anything, but Sasuke's like, let's burn them all down, pretty much. I mean, he pretty much cut and dry. He wants to kill them all. He wants all the bee juice to be dead. And obviously Naruto's like, whoa, back it up. We got a problem. And then you see Sai and Sakura. I think Sai asks Sakura, does she trust him? And she's like, of course. And she gives that smile. And then it preludes or alludes to like the past when Sai first joined. And she gave him that fake smile. He noticed that again. He said, even now, Sakura, you gave me that fake smile. And he also goes on to say that he doesn't trust Sasuke. He's going to watch him. Which pretty much obviously is a good idea if him and Naruto are already at disagreements and they literally have not done anything yet. And once again, it skips to another scene, like the last page. You see Kakashi and Obito, they stab each other pretty much. Obviously, Obito gets lightning blade and Kakashi gets just stabbed. And that's in the chapter. Like I said, the chapter was decent. I think the ending definitely was not the best plan part. Like, the beginning, obviously, it's tied with the last chapter. Orochimaru's here, and he's good. And then you got Naruto and Sasuke on the battlefield. But the last part, the last page, is like, it really didn't go with the whole chapter. Like, if they would have started that page on the next chapter next week, it would have made sense, or it would have been okay. But to put it at the end of this chapter, it was like, it didn't really make sense. It was kind of like a cheap punch if you're like fighting. It didn't really add up. It was kind of retarded. But anyway, so Orochimaru is good for now. I think Orochimaru being good, quote unquote, is good for the story because it's like, honestly, I don't know if he's good or bad. Like, it's kind of like up to decision almost. Like, what he's doing is good, and he seems sincere, but at the same time, it's like he's done spent like 50 plus years just pretty much waiting for a guy like Sasuke. He tried to destroy the village probably multiple times. And like randomly, he done got killed / sealed at least, I don't know, a handful of times within the current time, and now he's back again, and he's just like randomly good. But he did say that he was going to ride the wind and see how what path Sasuke takes. So that kind of lets you know right now that he may not necessarily be good or bad right now. He's probably neutral, and that he is going to pretty much follow Sasuke. Because, I mean, pretty much at this point, there's no way he can kill him. I mean, he's at full strength, but he's not at full strength. He has his arms back, but he's like, I don't know, he's not at full strength. I mean, he got pulled out of Anko, so obviously he's not at 100%. So I think it's pretty much at the point where it's like, he wants Sasuke, and you take that any way you want it, but he can't really take him because Sasuke's gotten too strong, he's gotten too weak, whichever one. So I think he's pretty much just like riding the wave per se. And Sasuke, I don't think it necessarily means he's evil by wanting to destroy all the Bijus. I mean, in essence, they are evil. I mean, they came from the Jubi, which is, in essence, evil. But, I mean, I think the main thing now is that we see that Sasuke, as we've been seeing throughout the whole series, is that he's just gotten a lot more colder towards things. Like, he's became more of a by-the-book guy. Like I said, in essence, the tail beasts are evil. They're the reason why all this chaos and horribleness is happening. So he's like, well, if they're the main problem, then let's take them out. So, I mean, yeah, it's probably not the best decision to make. Like, hey, let's just kill them all. He literally said, like, burn them down. So, I mean, like I said, I don't necessarily think he's evil. I just think he's became a more strict by the book type of guy. But I kind of think it kind of seemed like he was almost like getting brainwashed by Madara, because at least in the scan that I read, I can't repeat him word for word, but he pretty much wanted to destroy. Like when the Jubi was, I think, coming back or in the midst of dying, he had his Eternal Mangekyo on, and he said something fast. He wanted to destroy the old and create a new, and then it cut off right there because the Jubi came back. But it kind of sounded like he pretty much wanted to destroy the old ways and bring a new world, pretty much. So, to me, it's kind of sounding like somehow Madara is kind of like got in his head. I mean, you take that any way you want. Like I said, it was like half of a sentence, and that sentence itself was cut off. But that's kind of what I'm getting at, or that's how I interpreted it. And to me, like the Kage's being back right now, it didn't necessarily say if they were at full strength or not, but I personally don't think it really matters. Like, to me, there's nobody in the whole series that could be brought back, even at 100%, and it really matter. Like, you have to remember, Madara put all 5 Kages, all 5, on their deathbed, playing a round, not serious, probably 1% of their strength. He put all 5 on their deathbed. If he gets serious, they would be dead, literally. So it's like, it seems to me like no matter what happens right now, it don't really matter. Like, I mean, the Kages are back, and it still, in essence, didn't matter. Like, they binded the Jubi temporarily.